to your Joyful Riches podcast with G100 Global Networking and your host, Dr. Birgitte. This is where you gain precious tips for easily ignite your full spectrum wealthy life. Join us every Saturday at 8:30 a.m. Pacific with your friends and family because we all want and deserve to be wealthy and happy. This podcast is powered by Spotify by Encore FM. Encore FM is this super awesome free podcast made easy platform. And for this week, we welcome Eunice O'Neil. Did I butcher your name first of all? If I please correct me. And please also share with us what is it that you do, Eunice?
You got it right. Eunice is exactly it. Thank you, first of all, for having me on your podcast. I'm honored. And what I do is I am actually a type of therapist that can help people get unstuck from beliefs that aren't serving them any longer. And it's called rapid transformational therapy. And also I help them live their epic encore.
Wow, that is quite magnificent because sometimes we just feel stuck or in our life. We kind of like would love to have something magnificent, but gee, we're just not getting there. So what brings you to do what you do?
Well, I was exactly where my clients are today. I was them. I was facing either retirement or a career change. And I knew in my heart that I wasn't living my heart's desire. And I knew that there was something more I could be doing. There was something bigger. And, when you think about it, like just think about going to a concert and your favorite band is playing, Dr. Birgitte, and you just love the concert. They've gone off the stage and you're just clapping and cheering with the crowd. You're hoping they come back for their encore. And all of a sudden, they come back out for their encore and they play your favorite song. How does that make you feel?
Super awesome.
Yeah. Your energy is high. You're feeling great. You're joyful. You're excited. And that is how I wanted to feel. I wanted to make the next 30 years because I don't want to circle the drain and die. I want to skid into the grave. And here I was faced with a change in my career, change in my life. It was a great opportunity. And I knew there was more in me. So I came up with Epic Encore because I wanted to live that next 30 years. I wanted to skid into the grave. And I was listening to a podcast by Lewis Howes, and he was interviewing Marissa Peer. And Marissa Peer architected and designed RTT, which is rapid transformational therapy. And I thought, this is it. This is what my heart's desire. I can serve people with RTT and being an RTT therapist. And I've been through what my clients have been through. I have been scared of making that leap into a new career, scared of what might happen. All the things like, I no longer would have a company car. I no longer would have life insurance. I would no longer have health insurance. All these things that corporation wonderfully provided for me, which I consider golden handcuffs, I was able to navigate through them and figure out how to do it on my own. And then I was able to unstick and get unstuck from the beliefs that were holding me back. And that was through RTT and having a session of RTT. So I kind of feel like I'm just the Sherpa for people that are my age, thinking about retirement. Maybe they've been made redundant, but I can help them through that sort of terror of, oh my God, what am I going to do? How am I going to do it? And then let's get on to helping them architect their epic encore.
That is so beautiful. I just love that. I love how you describe that in such a beautiful way, because a lot of time you mentioned retirement. So we're talking about retirement age, and a lot of people says, Well, okay, then, depend on how close you are to retirement age. Some people said, well, what's another 5 years or another 10 years? I'm just gonna tough it up, right?
Yeah.
And then hopefully I retire, and hopefully I have enough money to retire and be able to enjoy your retirement. But we never know life. We never
Yeah.
know how much time we really have. And and
Yeah.
and what if, instead of just basically what I hear you saying, instead of just saying, okay, well, I better retire and then reduce myself into this box here, and then, like you said, dwindling down until
Yeah.
got into the other box in the ground, so to say.
Yes. Yeah.
How about if this is, I have another guest just a couple of weeks ago. It's the same thing. She said, I mean, just this is like the golden age. This is your golden age where you can enjoy, you play, and you've done your hard work,
Yeah.
where you could really reap them all up. And that is so, so beautiful. That is so awesome. And I love that how you said you help people move past through their fear of, like, am I going to do this? And
Yeah.
so tell us, is this something that, like, there are some system that, yes, it help people move through their fear, but it's like a year work or a 2 years work or something? Is it something like that, like the therapy that you can have, like therapy for 6 months, a year, two, or
Yeah.
even some coaching lasted a year before you move past your fear? Is this something that will take that long? Because we don't have that.
No. You know what? It, as they say, it says what it does on the tin. It literally is rapid. Within 1 to 3 sessions, and each session is maximum 2 hours long, they can move through their fear. They can be unstuck from their beliefs that aren't serving them. The beauty of it is we can't change the event that caused the belief, but we can go in and change our beliefs about that event. So, and then rewire in the new transformation, the new beliefs that will serve us and get us past the fear.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Is amazing. So it's a little more like, I say, for some of us who's familiar with hypnotherapy, in a way it's similar to that, where it's kind of work promptly instead of one tiny little step at a time. And
Yes.
amazing. That is
Yeah.
amazing. Wow, that's
Yeah.
really, I wish I've known this back in the day when I was trying to navigate temporary changes. It's like,
I know.
so but it is so wonderful. So is it something that could be beneficial for any form of belief? So in other words, let's say you have a certain lifestyle and you want to be having a healthier lifestyle, something like that. Would it be beneficial for that, or only if this is a career change?
Oh no, anything. So literally, I came about the Epic Encore working with my clients. They honestly, they're the ones that sort of direct me and help me understand what's my next, sort of thing that I should do with this therapy. And it all began with helping people around anxiety, depression, um, addiction, you name it. Those all are just symptoms of somebody being stuck, somebody, not living their heart's desire. So I just happen to have chosen sort of retirement age people because I am that age, and I understand them. I've been through, you know, I've had the same sort of life experiences as they have. And, I'm active and I don't want to retire. I don't want to slow down. And my age group is quite resilient. So I thought, okay, how can I combine my talent around getting them unstuck with how they could live their epic encore?
So even if you are, say, at the retirement age, and then it's somebody who says, yes, I do want to, let's say you might be a leader in a company, and you say, well,
Yes.
awesome. But at the same time, I do want to see how I can transition. And at the same time, like many leaders, they focus on their work and forget about their health.
Yes.
Does anybody relate with that? Then they kind of like, whoa, yeah, I need to change my health here if I want to have a beautiful 30 years. You can
Yes.
start them.
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, most of us that are driven and have been driven in our careers, we've kind of put our mind health to the side. We might be big about working out our bodies, but we just haven't worked to strengthen our minds. And all of a sudden we're faced with we're no longer CEOs, we're no longer in these high positions. And you know, what do we do? You know, there's not this audience any longer of employees, associates who ask for our opinion all the time. And now we've gone home to a life of, oh my gosh, what do I do next? What's going to help me, you know, really make my life an epic encore? And they don't have to retire. I always say we don't have to retire. We can always do our heart's desire. What is that? And in figuring out what is keeping them stuck, that then once we get them through that, then they're able to architect their own epic encore. It's in all of us. I just happen to know how to pull it out of them.
That's wonderful. So they don't even need to know what keeping them stuck. You'll be able to help
No.
discover that. That is so beautiful. So do you have, say, for any of the audience out there, as in particulars of your toward the retirement age group, so to say, Generation X or baby boomer, but for anyone, do you have a tip or two on creating a beautiful, joyful, full spectrum, rich life?
Yes. I have two things that I myself do daily that set my mindset. And it's absolutely, it sets the tone, a high energy tone. And that is the first thing that I like my clients to do. And I suggest to them after they've gone through the RTT and they've sorted out what's keeping them stuck. I say, have a regimen where every morning they do at least 10 to 15 minutes of meditation. And I myself listen to Bob Proctor. I listen to his meditation every day. And it starts to literally quiet our chattery, logical mind so that the subconscious, where all these beliefs are, can actually just start to strengthen and they can start to focus better. And then the second thing I do is I keep a diary or keep a notebook on a minimum every day I put down of 10 things I'm grateful for. And this absolutely sets me up again to increase my energy, increase my vibration, if you will. And literally, those are sort of the cornerstone for me setting my mindset.
And it's something I would say, my experience being a grief transformation coach and life helping people with grief for 18 years, being able to allow ourselves those moments, you know, that are so precious and so useful.
Yes.
Wherever we are in our journey. So that is so beautiful. That is so wonderful. Now, some people say, you know, I hate meditation. I just got to ask everybody, what if they say, you know, I just cannot sit still. I can barely even sit with my leg crossed, never mind sitting, meditating in a funky lotus positions. What do you say about that?
I say, you know what? I was there. I was the same way. And I just started very slowly. I would take maybe 2 minutes and I would maybe listen to some music and just close my eyes. And I look at my thoughts. When you're in a meditative state, you don't completely rid your mind of thoughts. It's impossible because our mind is meant to have thoughts in it. So I just used to learn how to think of the thoughts as just little golden birds. They'd go in and out of my head, just in and out. And I would just think that and breathe in and breathe out. And I'd do that. I'd start for 5 minutes each day. And then you build upon that. It's just the unfamiliar seems impossible, but it's just because it's unfamiliar.
That's wonderful. Take it a baby step at a time, a little bit at a time.
Yes.
And find something that works for you. Just the goal is, I love that you point that out. The goal of meditation is not to get rid of thoughts, which is some people say, I can't stop thinking. Well, you just notice what you're thinking would be even one. So that's lovely.
Yeah.
I love that. So how do people connect with you to learn more about this Epic Encore and to learn more about you?
You know what? You can connect with me through my website, which is euniceo'neil.com. And you can connect in there. I have, more information about what Epic Encore is, what RTT therapy is, and, you can connect with me there.
Super, super.
Yeah.
That information will be written down as well on the descriptions of this talk. So definitely please connect with Eunice, and she specializes in Generation X as well as baby boomers in helping. But at the same time, as you already hear, even if your child stuck with a habit and you say, well, there's nothing else been helping, give her a try, because she is going to be able to help you. And it's, as she says, in 1 to 3 sessions. It's not sitting for a year or even 6 months. It's something we want to be able to move forward in our life. That's kind of similar to the way I describe my grief coaching. People say, oh, is this like a therapy for you? I'm like, no, you want to be in a year? Hello, it's going to be 9 to 12 weeks. That's it. So I help you. And it's like, okay, it's good to be able to move forward with our life. So that is so wonderful. Do you have a final message for our audience?
You know what? If they are feeling like they're not living their heart's desire, they're not. And that's okay. And you know what? There is an easy, as we said, 1 to 3 sessions to get unstuck. I want to give them hope that they can do it. They can get unstuck from the beliefs that aren't serving them and move into what is their heart's desire? What do they want to do? And it can be very seamless, very effortless, and they can architect their own epic encore.
That is beautiful. I love that. If you are even questioning if you might not be living your heart desires, the answer you probably is right, and know that there is hope. That is beautiful. I just love that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, and thank you for catching my name, my first name correctly. That's pretty darn rare, actually. Thank you so much for sharing your tips with us today.
You are so welcome, and thank you for having me on. I love your energy.
It's an honor. And for all of our audience, for our friends who are listening to this, please share 1 or 2 gold nuggets in the comments below, so we can continue learning from each other. And thank you for joining us, my friends. Please share this podcast with your friends and family so they too can triumph and living their best life. And this is Dr. Birgitte Ten, your grief transformation specialist for individual and businesses, founder of the International Childhood Cancer Charity and United States Country Chair for Global Networking G100 or Ladies League. And you make it a thriving day, my friend. And we will see you again Saturday next week at 8